No i z nim gadałem wcześniej.
You here for the
I teraz chce
charity
normalnie
event?
ze mną gadać, lol.
Oh, absolutely. I'm a firm believer that attending these types of events tends to absolve one of their sins and cleanse their soul. But something tells me you're not really here to discuss the event. What did you really want to talk about? Oh, I'm afraid that's a bit outside my wheelhouse. I work for UC Security, so I don't think I could be of much help. I have nothing to do with Galbank. Claudia sent you, did she? Look, friend, I don't know if you're just a little drunk, maybe a touch crazy, or both. Whatever you think you know about me, you're dead wrong. So back off. Worried? Why should I be worried? Anything you try to report will boil down to your word against mine. And since I work for UC Security, who do you think people will believe?
Wróć do Jewgenieja Rokowa.
So, what brings you aboard?
The society chair has really outdone herself.
I saw your little exchange with Vera. Keep that up and I guarantee that imbecile's gonna demand that you be arrested. Which is why he's threatening you. That makes sense. We need hard evidence of their scheme. But it's gonna be tricky. The problem is he's not gonna talk to you in public. We need to get Vera isolated so he'll spill everything he knows. Maybe. But if something goes wrong and he's able to raise an alarm, we're sunk. With all of these wealthy patrons aboard, the ship is crawling with security. Smart. If there's an emergency, standard practice is for all passengers to clear the decks and report to their cabins for lockdown. I think the best chance we have would be to tamper with the life support sensors. Manipulate a few controls, and you can fool the monitoring system into thinking there's a life support failure. And there you have your emergency.
Just pointing out that life support supports life, like you and me. This is great.
Don't worry. It'll be as easy as it was mingling with the guests at the party. Just throw a few lousy switches and you're done. One more thing.
Może coś innego jednak.
Tell him
Jezu, czemu sam się nie odzywa przed moim wyborem?
I prefer you use that as a last resort, but hey, what's the harm in losing a few credits when I'm on the brink of rejoining the fleet, right? Anyway, I better start packing. Things are getting hot around here, and won't be long before Trident figures out who had hell. All passengers are instructed to immediately report to their cabins. That way, we keep the halls clear and avoid a panic. Fortunately for us, all of the passenger cabin doors will automatically unlock. This is normally to ensure the crew can check cabins quickly and without interference. But in our case, it's like having an all-access pass. Remember, the moment you shut down that system, the entire ship goes into lockdown.
Dobra, porozmawiam z głównym inżynierem Sandinem.
An open ball would have been nice, but Trident's gouges for every credit.
Kurde, nie wiem ile ja już nagrywam, ale jeśli to wyjdzie ponad godzinę 10, to na pewno to będzie dzielone na pół. Te misje akurat od karmazynowej floty są bardzo długie.
Hold up. This area is off limits to passengers. Wait a second. You're Captain Rocko's guest, right? Didn't expect to see you down here. Sorry to give you trouble. What can I do for you? Oh, sorry, that area is off limits. No exceptions. Oh, really? Well, that changes things quite a bit. Tell you what, I'm just going to step out for a bit and stretch my legs. Maybe you can hold this for me while I'm away?
Uzyskaj dostęp do systemu podtrzymywania życia.
Whatever you do, don't break anything, or I'll be out of a job.
No szkoda, że to w taki sposób. Byleby się sam na mnie nie obraził.
At least this looks like a ship. Although I wouldn't be surprised if they had main grounds here.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please?
Dobra,
The captain has
ten typ
declared a
spieprza.
ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion.
Dobra, zrobimy fiku-miku jakieś. Właśnie, wszyscy spieprzyli.
Oh, no more music? I was hoping to show my dance moves.
Ale nie no, statek raczej się nie spieprzy na ziemię, nie? Więc sam nie obrażaj się na mnie.
This ship is in a state of emergency.
Yeah, wow.
I was wondering if you were the cause of the ship-wide emergency. It's time you stop playing games and tell me why you're here. Doesn't take a genius to deduce you're the one that's responsible. I locked onto you from the moment you entered the ballroom, and I've watched you trying to clock Dombrowski. After we spoke, I had a feeling you'd pull a stunt like this.
Mhm.
You want me to help you? Are you completely out of your mind? I help you by handing over evidence, and I end up incriminating myself. Why would I do that?
All passengers, may I have your attention, please?
Claudia said that.
The captain has
You
declared
sure?
a ship-wide
Damn it.
emergency.
That means my
Please
money's
report
already
to your
gone.
cabins in an
And
orderly
Dombrowski's
fashion.
going to walk
And
away
remain
with
there
a
until you
fortune.
receive further
I'd love to see
instructions.
the bastard fry. But if I give you that information and it falls into the wrong hands, I could end up in jail. Dombrowski had the authorization to wipe out records on Galbank's system without raising any red flags. I let Claudia talk me into that. She said she had him wrapped around her finger. Apparently, she was wrong. At least I walk away with something. All right, you have yourself a deal. Here, with this slate and this recording to tie it all together, you'll be able to nail his ass to the wall. He'll do whatever you want. Just remember that you promised to leave me out of it. All I can tell you is that there's more than a few people at Mast who find Commander Akande to be a huge pain in the ass. I mean, The UC is aware that the Crimson Fleet is a problem, but it pales in comparison to the issues with the Freestar Collective. Conde's loaded with big-picture ideas, but not a ton of evidence to put them into action. And frankly, it's driving my superiors crazy.
All passengers.
Wait a moment.
May I
Are you
have
telling
your
me that this
attention,
scheme is getting
please?
so out of
The
hand,
captain has
it
declared
also
a
involves the
ship-wide
Crimson Fleet?
emergency. Please report
That's
to
all
your
I need right
cabins
now.
in an orderly
Enemies
fashion
on two fronts.
and remain there
Just
until
because
you
I'm helping you
receive
nail
further
Dombrowski
instructions.
doesn't mean I'm turning my back on UC security. How else am I going to ensure that he ends up behind bars when all this comes crashing down? No. You can leave me out of your merry little band of pirates. Thank you very much. You better tell Dombrowski to run, because if you don't kill him, I will.
Siema, Larry.
Well, well. You must be the one who's been accosting Claudia and Gabriel. I'm uncertain what you hope to accomplish here, but it appears we should rapidly enter into some sort of negotiation. You don't actually believe that I'd venture into such precarious criminal territory without a proper bird's-eye view of the situation, do you? I'm uncertain why you've become entangled in this spider's web, but this situation demands swift and resolute action. Excellent, excellent.
All
So,
passengers.
before
May
we
I have your
begin,
attention,
let's
please?
review the
The
facts.
captain has declared a
First,
ship-wide
it's clear
emergency.
that you've obtained
report to your
insider
cabins in
knowledge of
orderly
my
fashion
arrangement to
and
defraud
remain there until
Galbank.
you receive
The
further
means and the
instructions.
method, perhaps, but not the motive. And second, I'm going to hypothesize that my compatriots are despondent regarding their share and have assisted you with this endeavor. Since we're speaking and I'm not at the reporting end of a bullet, this leads me to conclude that you desire something personal from me. You may as well ask, is it necessary for the sun to set on Jemison,
A
or
mnie
for one to
wkurza
wear a
już
pressure
tym
suit
swoim
when entering the
gadaniem.
vacuum of space? I pride myself on having an intensely thorough education.
Dobra, sam
I'd
lubi to.
hardly
To
call
już
myself
mamy
a professor.
plusa i minusa u
Though
niego.
I'm sure that your compliment also meant you were having trouble understanding what I've been saying. In blunt terms, you have compromising materials about me in your possession. The only thing I have to offer in return are my Galbank credentials. I assume that's what you've been angling for all along?
You know, when my number gets called up, I hope I handle it like this guy. I'm impressed, really.
Well, I'm surprised you even posed that question at all.
All passengers.
The answer is quite
May
obvious.
I have your attention,
The
please?
last thing I'd want to
The
do at this
captain
point
has
is call
declared
attention
a
to
ship-wide
myself.
emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Obviously, that wouldn't be my preference, but I have little choice. Though Larry Dombrowski will be mysteriously vanishing after this cruise, and possession of the credentials becomes ludicrous at that point. Splendid. It appears we've reached an accord. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me simplify that for you. It sounds like we have a deal. Oh, of course, I trust you'll understand if I ask for us to avoid any further contact. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to formulate how I'm going to utterly ruin two very annoying business associates. Good day.
When the time's right, I'd appreciate a chat.
Wróć do Jewgenija Rokowa.
Siren of the Stars is now in emergency status. Please remain calm and...
Well, looks like everything worked out, just like we planned. I wish you hadn't blown away the gambling debt that Sandine owed me. But hey, you got the job done. I'm glad you feel that way. Just remember to tell Delgado how much I pitched into
All
him.
passengers.
You know,
May I
I'm
have
still
your
wondering
attention,
exactly
please?
Tak
what
zrobię.
you
The
needed those
captain has
credentials for.
declared a ship-wide
You feel like telling me?
emergency. Please
Partner.
report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
I usually have a nose for these things, but in your case, it's a mystery. Very frustrating. Whatever the case may be, it's apparently worth risking your life over. That's telling me it involves a lot of money. That also means I want in. Of course. I understand completely. Anyway, I suppose there's nothing stopping me from rejoining the fleet now. It's been a long time coming. I owe you one, Doverbeach. Don't worry, it's not an insult. It's a very old Russian word for comrade. It's what I intend to call you from now on, so get used to it. Nonsense. If there's one universal constant you can depend on, it's that Yevgeny Rokov always makes good on his deals. Always.
Always.
Well, I suppose this is where we part company. Hopefully the next time we meet, we'll be aboard the Key.
Udaj się do Nowej Atlantydy. To jest dalej ten sam quest. Ja pierdzielę, ile można. Serio, ja to będę musiał podzielić na 2 części. Ach, no tak.
All passengers are being asked to return to their cabins at this time. Our security team would appreciate...
All passengers, may I have your attention, please?
Thank you.
The captain has
No
declared
i
a
strzałka magicznie
ship-wide
zniknęła.
emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Wow, nagle się strzałki pokazują. Od czego to zależy? Pewnie sama gra nie wie.
Board's green. Ready for... I've got some stuff on my mind when you have the time.
Yeah, what is it?
Pomyliły mi się przyciski. Ale trzymałem E, a nie R. Chyba że nie trafiłem znowu. No jeśli nawet bym kliknął R, to by mnie nie przyniosło na pokład. Tylko bym wstał. A nie, nieważne. X zatrzymałem, to wysiadłem na pokład tego statku,
Hey Dad, wanna hear a poem I wrote?
na który wylądowałem.
It's called
Wejdź do archiwów Galbanku. To nie mogło mi od razu zaznaczyć jakiejś dzielnicy handlowej? Przecież mogę się tam szybko teleportować, no już bez przesady.
Can I help you with something?
Zajmij się strażnikiem Galbanku. No co ja mam mu zrobić?
Hello, welcome to the the Galbank archives. May I see your credentials, please? Just one moment while I verify. Oh, yes, Mr. Dombrowski. Welcome, sir. Give me a moment to log your visit, and then I'll unseal the archives. No, no, never, not at all. I'm so sorry. Hey, look, please don't mention this to my supervisor, okay? She'll give me a low rating, and I'm gonna end up scrubbing floors.
Taka manipulacja działa.
Me? No. Look, this is my first day on the job. Just cut me some slack, okay? I can't afford to lose it. Got a wife and kids to feed. Everything checks out. Give me a moment to log your visit, and then I'll unseal the archives. There we go. Have a wonderful day.
Rozpraw się ze zasadzką Ekliptika. Co jest?
This is my favorite part.
It's compromised.
Me and my friend here are gonna teach you magic. Oh, we make a hell of a team. We do what we must, right?
Dobra. Udało się. Powiem wam, że nie wiem, mogli zrobić najlepiej na 2 godziny tą misję. W sumie tyle mi pewnie zejdzie ostatecznie. Bo jeszcze pewnie z tamtymi będę musiał pogadać. Czy cholera wie, co sobie jeszcze wymyślą? Ja pierdzielę. Udaj się na klucz. Coś jeszcze? Kawkę, herbatkę przynieść jeszcze? Nie no, to będę musiał pewnie dzielić na dwie części.
You want to kick back? Avoid the last.
Porozmawiaj z Grząskim.
Next time you see Bog, tell him to lighten up. Going got a real
Ej, co tu robi ciepłopijec? Normalnie zwierzę domowe.
Your buddy Rokoff is aboard the Key. Told me everything that happened.
Yeah, he won't shut up about you. Keeps going on and on. Now I remember why we kicked his ass out the fleet. Yeah, that'd be a first.
All right, Neva, you've made your point. Well, since you're vouching for Rokoff, I guess we can give him another chance. All right, now that is out of the way, we can move on to the matter at hand. Crix's legacy. Speaking of which, let me see that data you copied from the Galbank archives. Ah, so the Galbank transport went down over Bannock 4. Bannock. Why does that sound familiar? Neva?
Yeah, keep your panties on. I'm looking it up. And I got it. Bannock 4. Let's see. Damn it. Bannock 4 is an EM-class gas giant. We can't even get a ship near the thing without frying every circuit aboard.
Byliśmy chyba tam.
EM class is an absolute no-go. There ain't a ship alive that can handle that.
Don't know that one, huh? Well, pick up your pencil. There's gonna be a test on this later. EM class means the planet is giving off a ridiculously high amount of electromagnetic radiation. We're talking off the charts here. Fly your ship anywhere near one of these death traps, and you'll blow every single circuit on your ship. You'd be dead in space. Get it? Yeah, sure. We'll just wrap your ship in a ton of copper and launch you right in there. That ought to do the trick, right?
Both of you shut up and think for a second. I'm sure Creeks hit the same roadblock. All we need to do is figure out how he got around it.
This sounds like a goddamn waste of time to me.
The Rook's right. We tackle one problem at a time. Can we track it, Neva?
That transponder is military grade. We're talking ultra-bit encryption, constantly reshuffling frequencies. We don't have shit like that laying around. But before you get that pissy look on your face, I heard that the UC's been working on a ship signal decryption system called the ComSpike. We grab that little beauty, and we'll be able to track anything you want.
All right, here is the plan, so shut up and listen. Rook, I want you and Neva to put your heads together and get us that ComSpike. I don't care if it's mounted at the top of mast. I want it. In the meantime, I'm going to find out more about this EM-class gas giant problem. and I think I know just who to ask.
Give me a little time to crunch the numbers on the comm spike with Jazz, and I'll point us in the right direction.
We do or we die. That's the way Crix did things. And that is the way we should have been doing it for years. It's as simple as that.
Best we can. What are you, 5?
All right, that is enough. We are in arm's reach of Crix's legacy, and I don't have time to deal with this kind of bullshit. Now, both of you, get the hell out of here and get to work.
All right, let's get this over with. Follow me.
I could really bend your ear when you got a moment.
As long as you put the fleet first, we won't have any problems.
Nie mogła przyjść przez tego ciepłopijca.
This is exactly what I pictured of the Crimson Fleet. Except parrots. That and eye patches. I'd appreciate it when you're able.
Ship services? You need it, I've got it.
Daj nagrodę ZZ na Ewię.
All right, let's get right to it. Did you get the Earth Savior Award, or am I gonna be very disappointed? Well, that's because you'd be absolutely right. You see, everyone above you in the fleet is making more than you are off the same gig. That's why we're all fighting our way to the top. Understood? Good. Now, you might want to hand over that award before I have you tossed off the key. Just a thought.
First of all, this is my section of the key, so I'm gonna stand here for as long as I want. And second of all, I know all about that award and your deal with Neva. We don't keep secrets between us. Just throttle down and give her the damn thing already so we can get to work.
Well, well, look at that. You followed my directions, and now you're gonna end up with some credits in your pocket. Of course, it would have been more money if you hadn't blabbed about the damn thing to roll call. But that's on you. Anyway, here's your cash. Keep this up, and I might even start respecting
No wiedziałem,
you.
że coś mi poszło nie tak, no. To co
We've all got
spierdzieliłem.
work to do, so let's get to it.
Zdaj raport z misji na pokładzie OZK Vigilance. Boże!
Need a drink? Fog in the last note.
Ja te wątki z karmazynową flotą to ja będę robić tylko jak będę miał jedną planetę do zwiedzenia w jednym układzie. Długość tej misji jest żartem, typie. Jak coś.
You keep installing new cool things in your ship. Separation complete.
So I heard there was a bit of excitement on the Siren of the Stars. Your handiwork, I assume? Nice work. Any specific evidence you picked up regarding criminal activity should be given to Lieutenant Toft after the debriefing.
If the evidence pans out, you can visit those alleged criminals in our brig the next time you stop by the Vigilance. But for now, what do you have on Delgado and his little ragtag group of pirates?
Yes, and I heard there were no casualties.
Nie, wcale bez żadnych ofiar. Wcale nie zabiłem połowy ekliptika. No właśnie.
That you took down at the archives. We've taken care of that mess, by the way.
Speaking of which, I assume you copied the information from the Galbank's computers. Let me see what you got. So the legacy went down at Bannock 4. Bannock 4. Why does that sound familiar, Toft?
Bannock 4 is an EM-class gas giant, sir. There isn't a ship in the fleet that could safely get near that type of world.
No właśnie.
It sounds like you admire that lunatic. I think his gospel's gone straight to your head. Maybe we made a mistake choosing you for this assignment.
That's enough, Lieutenant. Even if Delgado has an immediate solution to the EM problem, there's still the matter of tracing the
powoli, że
legacy's
są
transponder signal.
o krok przed wami. Żałosne, naprawdę. Co za babsko.
Of course I am. We don't really have a choice in the matter. There are no shortcuts. The route you're taking to secure Crix's legacy for the Crimson Fleet is the only one at our disposal. If you suddenly change your behavior, they'll know something's wrong. I realize it's difficult, but I urge you to stay the course for now. In the meantime, we'll formulate a plan to ensure the Crimson Fleet doesn't get their hands on that money. They have information about the Comspike? Damn it.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that device, sir.
No, you shouldn't be familiar with it. It's a highly classified project. It's an advanced signal decryption and tracking device that the UC Navy's been working on for years. How the hell did the Crimson Fleet find out about that?
There must be an information leak somewhere, sir. It's the only thing that makes sense. I'll see what I can find out.
Fine. This is what we're going to do. You keep playing along and go after the Comspike. Lieutenant Toft and I will see what we can find out about Bannock 4. My superiors are stubborn.
Jak i tak będę dzielić ten odcinek na pół, no to...
Flights of fancy, I've been told. We need more evidence that all the Crimson Fleet's plans will
Właśnie, ja muszę się w końcu zabrać za tego questa twarde dowody, bo to też będzie pewien rodzaj znajdziek do ogarniania.
I don't see the point. The Crimson Fleet apparently has a pipeline of information flowing from somewhere within the UC military. Any attempt to move the Comspike would be a waste of time. We need to play this close to the vest. Perfect. Just stick with the plan and we'll see who gets to Crix's legacy first.
Dobra. 350 PD czaicie? Za jedną większą planetę to ja mogę tyle dostać. Najlepsi z najlepszych, to jest nasza następna misja. Porozmawiaj z Noewą i Jasmine na pokładzie.
Siren of the Stars, huh? Pretty fancy for a pirate. I don't know about you. Try not to forget who you are, okay? It'd break the commander's heart to have to hunt you down.
Dobra, cicho tam. To by było na tyle. W następnym odcinku weźmiemy się prawdopodobnie za układ Kopernikus, bo Kopernikus chyba będzie następny do odkrycia. Tak więc to by było na tyle. Mam nadzieję, że odcinek wam się spodobał. Zapraszam do lajkowania, komentowania oraz subskrybowania. Na razie i cześć, do zobaczenia w następnym odcinku ze Starfield.